Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Frank Mularcik, and in this video, we're going to be talking about my plan to become a millionaire and how you can do that as well. So the first thing we're going to look at is this table here, and basically what this is it shows your age and what they call a wealth multiplier. And what this basically says is at each age, if you just invest your investments in the stock market, then you will be able to multiply your wealth by a certain amount by the time you get to age 65. So me, I'm between 20 and 21, so I'll choose 21 because that's a little bit more conservative. So that basically says of my current investments, I can expect those to multiply 76 times by the time I get to age 65. And then the other number there on the right is the savings per month to be a millionaire at age 65. And that basically assumes that you're starting from zero, I believe. So I would have to save, around $100 per month and invest that in order to become a millionaire by age 65. So that doesn't really seem like that much at all. I think I am investing, around $100 per month as it is right now. So at this point, I'm on track to be a millionaire by the time I'm 65. Now, it definitely gets a little bit more tricky the later you start. So if you don't start until you're 35, you need to invest around $500 per month to become a millionaire by 65. If you don't start till, around age 45, it gets a lot harder. You have to invest around $1,300 a month in order to become a millionaire by age 65. So what this is doing is it's really stressing the importance of starting investing early. And you might want to ask as well, what do we want to invest in? Well, in this calculation, this basically says starting at age 20, you are going to receive returns of 10% per year. And then basically every year after that, your returns will decrease by 0.1%, reaching a 5.5% return at 65. So that basically allows you to be more aggressive when you're young and have your investments be a little bit safer as you get older. And for me, what I think is one of the simplest strategies is just to invest in broad market index funds, like investing in a total stock market index fund. One that I like is VTI from Vanguard, but other companies have their own that are just as good. And then in terms of the S&P 500, which is the 500 largest companies in the US, I invest in VOO, which is another Vanguard product, but again, you can invest in similar products from other companies, and it's going to be about the same. And now, again, sort of looking inward at my situation right now, as I calculated, my total investments in the stock market is around $47,500. And so if we use that wealth multiplier of around 76 for a 21-year-old, like I said, I'm only 20 right now, but I'll be 21 in a few months. So I'm just using that because that is technically a little bit more conservative. If we use that 76 multiplier, then my current investments, if I don't add to them at all, will become around $3.6 million by the time I'm age 65, which seems pretty awesome. And what's even better is that if you are similar age to me, but you don't quite have as much invested right now, that's totally okay, because it turns out you only need about $13,000 invested right now in order for that to be around $1 million by the time you're 65. Because when you take $13,000 and multiply it by that 76, then you get to around $1 million. Now, some people might say, well, $1 million is a lot. I probably don't need that much to retire. Some people might say $1 million isn't that much. I probably need more to retire. And that is definitely something that you have to consider for yourself. For me, I'm not really sure where I sit with that at this point, but like I've said on the channel before, I definitely want to retire, or at least have the option to sometime before the age of 65, hopefully in my 30s, would be really awesome. So that's why, I'm continuing to invest, what I can at this point. And when I'm making a few, more money in a few years, once I graduate college, I'll definitely continue to invest heavily in the stock market. And I foresee myself investing still, largely in broad market index funds like the ones I mentioned, VTI and VOO. And that will allow me to, just ride the markets, which I think in the coming decades will continue to do well. So that's my plan at this point. I think that becoming a millionaire is feasible for anyone as long as you start when you're young. The element of time is really on your side. If you can start investing just a little bit of money, around $100 a month when you're in your 20s, that can really turn into a lot when you get older. And even if you're, in your 30s, if you can invest, $500, $1,000 a month, when you probably in your 30s are going to have a bit higher income, you can still get there just fine. And even if you're in your 40s, it's going to be more difficult, but at that point, maybe you're making more money and you can afford to invest a little bit more, or do some other things. I think, retiring at an age earlier than 65 is definitely feasible for a lot of people if they, desire that, if they want to do that, and if they, take a look at their finances and can figure out some sort of plan that works for them. And maybe you won't get to $1 million, but for a lot of people, you probably wouldn't need $1 million. So it's really a personal decision and something that you have to tailor to yourself. So let me know what your guys' plans are to build up your investments over time, and what age you guys would like to retire or become financially free. Like I said, for me, that age is 35, but at this point it's kind of arbitrary, and I'm really not sure if that's feasible, and I don't have, a specific plan or number in mind that I need in order to do that. So thanks again for sticking around to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one.